Bottoms. No, this is what this place was once called. These intriguing ruins are that of an Industrial Revolution engine house. Cinder Hill Engine House was constructed between the late 1780s and the early 1790s. It was built by Lawrence Brandwood and run by his son John. They lived at nearby Holcombe Hayfold Farm and Cinder Hill Farm. Initially, the engine house was a small 3-storey building, and it might well have carried out all the processes of the textile production. A typical arrangement might have consisted carding, spinning and weaving, each process occurring on a separate floor. The spinning was powered by a 16-foot diameter water wheel. Archaeological research has shown that this was fed by a breast shot. When you're dealing with history, it doesn't always go in a lovely flowing chronological order. The last building that was built is the first thing that you'll see. Now clearly on our site, this is divided into 3 bays. The eastern, the central and the western. The eastern and the central were built later, they were add-ons. It's this western section here, this western bay here, what we're interested in. That was the engine house. We need to go and gather some evidence, and to do so, we need to go upstream. We've come 100 yards upstream. This well-engineered weir signifies our start point. The weir would have been built to create a pool of water. From there it would have gone into a leat, but apparently there was a wooden sluice gate somewhere here, but I can't find it unfortunately. But this is the leat. So water would have been channelled along here off the brook. And this is where the leat was coming to create a pond. This reservoir of water would have been used to power the water wheel, just down there. Simple. Reservoir's up there, water wheel's there. The last thing we wanted was the reservoir to flood the place it was trying to serve. So this is an overflow. So this prevented that. This overflow, and it went back into the brook. Fantastic, and what a good state of preserve it's in. And here's the star of the show, what would have been the water wheel. The hill in the background retained the reservoir. From there, the water would have come down to power the water wheel, which was an incredible 16 feet in diameter. In fact, the wheel pit was 6.5 feet deep. The tail race would have been close by. The original wheel buckled, probably due to design flaw, and a replacement was built a few feet to the front. There's a stone plinth over the original. Could this have indicated a possible change to steam? Anyway, it's not taken too long to overgrow again, so look at the picture. When it was newly excavated, the floor sinks into the old wheel pit. We're inside what would have been the engine house, built on 3 storeys. The bottom floor would have been where the main process, the spinning, took place. We're talking cotton here, not wool. Machine parts recovered from the excavation here indicated they were using technology such as Arkwright's water frame or Crompton's spinning mule. Panning over to the wall on the right, that's where the axle from the water wheel would have come through the wall to drive a 2.5 foot flywheel. On the opposite wall, another interesting feature is a fireplace. Now you would have thought fire and textiles don't make an obvious marriage, but the fire was needed to heat a large cauldron of boiling water. The water vapour produced would have kept the air humid. A damp room would have facilitated the spinning. Just to give you a quick recap, the left-hand bay was the original engine house, built around 1790. It was extended in 1825 to support the new factory downstream. In the 1830s, the three bays were converted into 3 cottages. 3 families lived here until the 1870s.